And as the official party makes their way back to their seating area, just for the benefit of our patrons, our audience here, and those of you who are viewing at home as well via VC3 channel 114 and also Bay Hill News Network. No? Okay, sorry. Well, those viewing via the media, how's that? I'll run through the games that are slated. So tonight we'll have the first set of games. We have St. Vincent versus Grenada at 6 p.m. That'll be followed by South Africa versus Antigua Barbuda at 7:30. On September 2nd, tomorrow, at 6 p.m., Jamaica versus South Africa. And at 7:30, SVG versus Antigua Barbuda. On the 3rd, this is Saturday, Antigua and Barbuda versus Jamaica at 6 p.m. a.m. Oh, it is a.m. Okay, I thought I was reading it wrong. All right, so 6 a.m., sorry. So that first early game on Saturday, Antigua versus Jamaica, 6 a.m. Grenada versus South Africa at 7:30 a.m. And then Grenada versus Jamaica at 6 p.m. And then on Sunday, the final slate of games will see Antigua Barbuda taking on Grenada at 6 p.m. and Jamaica versus SVG at 7:30. For those of you who are interested to note, admission to these games, adults are $10, children $5, season tickets are $30. So feel free to make your way down here to the Arnos Vale Sports Complex and be a part of the first ever America's Men's Netball Championship. At this moment, I'd like to invite the president of the, as a matter of fact, we have the marching off of the teams, I'm sorry. So, police force band, if you will, so that the teams can go back to their seating areas. They will go off in the same order that they came on in, leading off with Antigua and Barbuda. They're then followed by Grenada. And Jamaica. And then South Africa. And now St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And then the delegation of the officials. And again, put your hands together for the musical accompaniment provided by the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force Band, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. At this point in time, as we invite the brief remarks, so we will invite to the podium the president of the SVG Netball Association, Ms. Natasha Batiste.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Frederick Stevenson, Minister of Public Service, Consumer Affairs and Sport, Mr. Javon Edwards, Second Vice President, America's Netball, Mr. Stanley Brown, Chairman, National Sports Council, Pastor Stuart Malcolm, ladies and gentlemen, teams, good afternoon. As we have gathered here for this historic event, the first ever staging of the America's Netball Men's Championship. Netball, as many know, was predominantly played by females. However, men have always been an integral part in the development of the sport through coaching, umpiring, and administratively. Additionally, many countries, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines, have been using the men as training partners as part of their preparation for regional and international tournaments. Today, we salute and recognize our men for their contribution to the development of netball. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is truly grateful that America's Netball has entrusted this inaugural hosting of the championship in the care of the SVG male netball team with collaboration from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Netball Association. This journey started during the heart of the pandemic, and we envisioned that things will get better in our nation. So this day today was earmarked. So here we are. The hosting of this tournament has brought a positive spotlight not only to netball in the Americas region, but also on our beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Though we may have loved to see more countries participating in this historic event, we must recognize our friends from South Africa who traveled through time zones to get to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yet our brothers just across the sea faced many challenges and were unable to be here with us. Team South Africa, the Protea Pumas, welcome to the Caribbean you have been waiting for. Welcome to the Jewel of the Caribbean, and welcome to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The SVG Netball Association would like to also express our gratitude to the SVG male netball team for recognizing and getting in line with the vision of World Netball, that this game that we love so dearly must and should be all-inclusive. We are hoping that at the end of this tournament, the interest in the male version of the sport will grow so rapidly that we will have to, as an association, introduce a male division in our national tournament. The benefits that a nation can derive from sports tourism is untapped in our region and our country, and we believe that this inaugural championship will open the mind's eyes of many to realize that it's high time that all sports that can be played indoors be provided with a facility that will attract more nations to visit our shores and play netball. Mr. Minister, one of the pertinent questions that the countries here today, Antigua, Barbuda, Grenada, Jamaica, and South Africa, would have asked is, are we playing in an indoor or an outdoor facility? And for far too long, we have to provide an answer of outdoors. Let's start taking sports seriously. Let's start looking at netball seriously. Today is about our men, but I must highlight here that our females will be participating in the Netball World Cup qualifiers this October in Jamaica, and they leave from constantly training on concrete surface to wood or synthetic. And as a nation, we expect that their performance must be at the highest for us to qualify for World Cup in Cape Town, South Africa. Let us revisit our approach to sport in this beautiful island. There must be a holistic resurgence. Ladies and gentlemen, today we make history. Today we bridge the gap. Today we celebrate a milestone. And today we begin a new era in netball. Let's give a hearty, rousing applause to our men who have stepped forward to create this moment that will be etched in history forever. Let me also, and I will pause here so that we can salute our men, so that we can give a rousing round of applause to the men that are participating in this inaugural America's Netball Men's Championship. Let me also make a big shout out to two of the players participating that will be celebrating their birthday here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have from Antigua and Barbuda, from the fly ballers, and he's standing right there waving. He is celebrating today, so we wish you a happy birthday. Jamaica Sons, their manager, Mr. Ricardo Strong, he will be celebrating on the 6th of September, and we want to wish you both a happy birthday as you celebrate your birthday here in grand style in no other place than St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ladies and gentlemen, teams, do enjoy the championship, and all the best to all the teams. Fly Ballers, Spice Boys, Jamaica Sons, Protea Pumas, and our very own Vinci Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to emphasize the point that you are actually and quite literally here now being a part of history. And I'm not just talking about Grenadines, I'm talking about international sports history, with this being the very first ever men's netball, America's men's netball tournament held here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We will go down in the annals of history to say that the very first tournament happened here on our own home soil. We now like to invite the second Vice President of America's Netball for his brief remarks, Mr. Javon Edwards.
Pleasant one protocol has been observed. I have a message to read from the President, Mistress Marva Bernard. But before that, I would just like to say something. The Americas Region Inclusivity started in 2018 when I was elected as second Vice President, the first male to ever be elected in the Americas Netball Board, and that's where our inclusivity starts. I would also like to say to the people of St. Vincent, thank you guys so much for having us here and for making the teams feel so welcome. South Africa constantly reminding us and telling us how welcome they feel. And being a part of history, you are to be proud of yourself for making these teams feel so welcome. I read from the President. I am just going to put out there, I have not always been the most vocal supporter of inclusive netball, but it was the Mahatma Gandhi who once said, be change you want to see in the world. And so today, I stand here on her behalf with high hopes that netball, which is presently perceived as a single-sex sport, will soon be aligned not just as single gender, but both genders, giving gentlemen and ladies equal rights to skillful, decently, and display their athleticism skills across the globe, professionally and recreationally. Look around other world sporting discipline which had seen norms as netball have now been quite inclusive, including both gender. Female cricket is getting worldwide attention, also female football. So the change in playing norm of netball is for the foreseeable. So here I am, and my message today is a message of inclusion. Now I am very aware that inclusion is a big buzzword these days, but I am not using it only because I am trying to keep up with the changing times. Rather, it is being used to advocate for change and recognize and praise male for providing some great support in very critical roles towards the development of sports, while at the same time not publicly giving rightful recognition to play the sports at all levels. World Netball has declared its support to recognize boys playing our sports while recognize the uniqueness of it being life-changing, inspirational sports for women and girls. Arguably, some of the very best netball umpires and coaches are women, which is a true testament to the strong pillars they have planted and continue to plant for the sport. And they have been doing this for many decades. Male have not only served as umpires, coaches, organizers, president, etc., and mentored some of our greatest netball from teens to queens. Today seems the conclusion of a dream by President and her team for hosting this first male championship in the Americas region. We are so proud of this team. The visionaries, eyes netball world are looking positively on the region today. America's Netball is delighted to have this championship and being a partner of this championship. And again, we just like to say a huge thank you to St. Vincent, Natasha and her team, and to the minister, and for you, the people of St. Vincent. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jack, Second Vice President of America's Netball. At this moment, we take any opportunity that we can get to introduce, or for lack of a better phrase, visitors in St. Vincent and visitors to St. Vincent and to our cultural talent. And with that, we'd now like to invite to do our live performance a former national monarch here in St. Vincent. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hans John.
Good evening to all. Welcome to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the gem of the Antilles. Ready? We're gonna represent the Grenadines, Jamaica, Grenada, Antigua, South Africa. We gonna set this place on fire. A place full of vibes. Dance one up. Come on. And we not leaving this party so bad. All your friends, tell them come over. Time, having a time, yeah. All I need is good friends and good vibes. All I need is good friends, yeah. And I will jump till morning. I love them calling, yeah. I'll be doing the sun come up. I'll be doing the sun come up, yeah. I'm on the guest list. is VIP tonight. And we not leaving this party sober. Anybody from Jamaica? Anybody from Antigua? South Africa? Grenada? St. Vincent? Sing! All I need is my good friends and good vibes. All I need. Over in the stand, let me give our visitors a warm welcome. Let me give our visitors a warm welcome. Put your right hand in the air and just wave them up so. Wave them up so. Wave them up so. Sing! And we go do it again till the sun come up. And we go do it again till the sun come up. Yeah. Listen, is any good vibes? Hey. Listen, put on your dancing shoes tonight. Cause we got this place on fire. The whole full up of vibes. Dance on up, party turn over. We not leaving this party sober. Call your friends, tell them. If you know this one, sing it out. This one, sing it out, sing. All I need is my good friends. Sing it out, sing. All I need. Sing it out. And I will fast till morning, and I will jump till morning, and I will love them calling, yeah. I'll be do it again till the sun come up. And we go do it again till the sun come up. Next one, hold on. You guys are visiting all the way from South Africa, right? You want me to come off the stage and come on the ground? Minister of Sports, the Honorable Stevens, the people of the party. So you guys came all the way from South Africa. What the type of music, what is genre of music you have there? I know Jamaica have dancehall and reggae. I know Antigua have soca as well. But here in St. Vincent, we have something called raga soca music, right? And I represent for this music. You ever heard about the steel pan? The steel drum? The instrument of the 21st century? Yeah? Let me tell you about the steel pan. Let me go. All you know is. All you know it. All you want party. All you stand up. Sit. It's music down in. Oh Lord. Oh, them judges really have it hard, yeah. Them bands really come out. Show me your fancy flag. I hear it now, Oh, it's still fun. I hear it now. Let's represent. Let us represent. The Grenadines. Everybody hands up. No, I'm talking about. Whoa! I'm talking about pool. My name is Hans Jordan, representing every time beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hope you guys enjoy. Taking some of the beauty spots that we have. The tourism sites, the beaches, our lovely people, are you ready? Our lovely people, give me one more. All you gotta give me a wave. All you gotta give me a nice fancy wave. Give me a wave now. Let me show the rest of the world. Let me show the rest of the world now. Oh Lord, there's music down in. Sing it out. Them. Oh, them judges really. Let me show we don't party normal in St. Vincent, you know. Listen, I hear it now, tenor. I hear it now, guitar. I hear it now. Oh, it's still fun. Oh, if you're proud to come from St. Vincent, Jamaica, Africa, Cyan, hey! I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Let we play. Everybody. 2, 1, 2. When you're hearing. I can't hear all you. Sing. When you're hearing. Listen, from the fire to Victoria Park. Oh yeah, the bottom lining up to play now. Supporters come from near and you see in St. Vincent with the show people love and vibe. Everybody hands up on wave now. I hearing our tenor, hey, I hearing our guitar playing, I hearing our bassline pumping. It's the one, oh, St. Vincent is the greatest place on earth, you know. We are the best. What you say? I'm talking about, oh, I can't forget. I want to hear all you playing now. I'm talking about every, play me low, play me low, play me low, sing. When you're hearing, when you're hearing, when you're hearing, I hear it now. Give me deja vu. Give me deja vu. Give me. Oh. Yeah, yeah. It's still fun. Oh. What it feels like. Start to wine. Party nights again. Come on to the brain. Oh Lord, babe. I know some of us is the first time here. But you gotta come back to St. Vincent, you know why? Listen, it feels like I'm here before, and I did this before. Deja vu, oh no, deja, yeah. It feels like Jasmine, I see you. I want you to give me a nice wine. Give me a nice wine. Give me a nice wine. Yeah. Oh Lord, and if you, and if you see how she whining, temperature keep, temperature keep. Oh Lord, wine your waist, Give them thing, give them thing, give them plenty thing. Hey, oh girl, wine your wine and go down and you fling it past. How are you go down? How are you go down? How are you go down? To the ground, to the ground, to the. Why not come up? What it feels like? What it feels like? What it feels like? Sing. It feels like a. Oh, Anna. Can I leave now? I'm going now. Enjoy the rest of the competition. Enough love. My name is Hans John, yours truly, representing. Oh Lord, look how my friend them around now. What trouble ain't some now. Oh, you came here to get down. You gonna have fun. Hold a girl and hold a girl and. They said they want sugar mommy before I go, you know. They said they want sugar mommy. You ready? One more. Why not go down and you pick up on the ground? No. Special request. Special request. I ain't coming close. Who want to talk? Who want to talk? I ain't going too close, you know. Afraid them. I don't want no hot gal. Pull. I go on.
Put your hands together once again for Hans John, ladies and gentlemen. The driver of PJ 194, you need to check your vehicle immediately. PJ 194, please check your vehicle immediately. At this point, we now invite the Minister of the Public Service and Sports, the Honorable Frederick Stevenson, for his remarks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Khalil, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Natasha and her team from the Netball Association. Recognize Javon Edwards from the America's Netball. Stanley Brown of the National Sports Council here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let me apologize for Sister Rennie Batiste, the patron of netball here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She can't be with us at this point in time. She's a little bit under the weather. friends, well-wishers, members of the media, and more importantly, you the teams from Grenada. Make some noise for yourselves, Grenada. Antigua and Barbuda. South Africa. Jamaica. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Make some noise. And let me take this opportunity on behalf of the government and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to welcome all you the teams to the inaugural America's Men's Netball Championship here in the most beautiful Caribbean island, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the gem of the Antilles, the natural place to be. I'm indeed very delighted to have you here and to be here with you this evening as we take part in these games, which runs from today until the 4th of September. I'm indeed very delighted as the Minister of Sports here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to welcome all of you, the teams who are participating in these tournaments. When the invitation, came to me as the Minister of Sports, we were supposed to be having at least 13 teams from around the region. But I know because of the circumstances, the protocols, and some other instances, some teams could not be here for this very important tournament. But I want to say how happy I am to welcome Grenada, Jamaica, South Africa, and our own Antigua and Barbuda and our own Grenadines to today's tournaments here this evening. I listened to Natasha when she spoke. We have been speaking for quite some time of an indoor stadium for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She spoke about it, and I, as the Minister of Sports, has to say something in relation to that. As we know, there's a new development for the new port in Kingston, and the area which was earmarked for some time for the development of that facility is going to be included as part of the new port development project. But I want to say this evening that I have been having some conversations recently with some Vincentians who are living overseas and who were in their early days active participants in sports here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And they have said to me, Minister Stevenson, we believe that this sporting complex here at Arnos Vale is the best venue to cover and to ensure that we have a good facility for sports, covered facility for sports, netball, basketball, and those other sporting events in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we are working very diligently with them so that pretty soon you would hear more about what we intend to do with this facility here at Arnos Vale. We're in the process of spending close to $2 million on the cricket facilities around. And I see my good friend over there with an orange mic, and he's pointing. But works on the facilities here to upgrade the cricket ground should be starting pretty soon, within the next couple of days or so. And all of that is in part of what we intend to do as a country in developing the sporting facilities here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The National Lotteries Authority has spent significant sums of money in improving and building new sporting facilities throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And come the 6th of September, we are going to officially open the Green Hill Hard Court, which was recently refurbished by the National Lotteries Authority. And so we have to ensure that our young people and our athletes and our netballers, especially our female netballers, have returned from overseas earlier on this year, and they are the OECS champions, and we want to put our hands together for them again as well here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as we continue to develop and advance the sports here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm happy to be here at the first ever men's netball tournament here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as part of a regional and international championship. We know that men have been integrally involved in the sports of netball over the years. Some of our best, and somebody quite rightly mentioned it a while ago, referees have been men in the sport of netball, and we want to congratulate and commend our men. Let me say, I look forward to the rest of the tournament, and may the best team win the tournament here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. God bless us, and thank you all very much for choosing St. Vincent and the Grenadines for this tournament this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stevenson, Minister of the Consumer Affairs of the Public Service, Consumer Affairs and Sports. At this moment, we'd get into the portion of the program where we'll have the oaths for the competition to be read and said. And we'll begin by having the player's oath to be read by co-captain of the Vincy Warriors, Mr. McNeil Duncan.
On behalf of all players participating in the inaugural Americans Netball Men's Championship, I, McNeil Duncan, pledge that we will take part in this championship in the true spirit of friendship, fair play, and sportsmanship, respecting and abiding by the rules of world netball and of the championship for the glory and integrity of the sport and the honor of all teams.
Thank you, McNeil. Next, we'll invite Ms. Shanique Deschong to do the official's oath.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of all table officials in this inaugural America's Netball Men's Championship, I, Shanique Deschong, pledge that we take part in these games in the spirit of sportsmanship, understanding and interpreting the rules and technical guidelines of world netball within complete impartiality for the glory of sports and of fair play.
Thank you very much, Shanique. And now to do the umpire's oath, we'll invite Mr. Joel Brown.
On behalf of all the umpires officiating in this inaugural Americans World Men Championship, I, Joel Brown, pledge that we will officiate these games in the spirit of sportsmanship, understanding the interpretation of the rules of world netball with complete impartial for the glory of the game and the fair play.
Thank you very much, Joel. And at this moment in time, once again, we give our visitors the opportunity to witness some more of our cultural talent here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome onto the performance area, the Avenues Dancers.
one Nasara. The beat is tarantana. He go make you manya manya. Ines is in manya manya.